Welcome one, and welcome all. This is the Game and Crafter stream. Goodness, why can't I think of that word? This is the Game and Crafter live stream. We are here back in World of Warcraft, and let's see. We're going to look at today's goals. The goals for today's stream for World of Warcraft is complete Vrykul story, bro. 50 quests for the trading outpost. We want to try to get. We want to try to get marches done, because that way by next March we'll have the achievement for doing all 12 trading posts. Now, if we miss a month, it does not have to be concurrent 12 in a row. So if we miss a month, it's fine, but we want to try to get Vrykul story, bro. We want to try to get as many trading posts monthly rewards as possible, so that way we don't have to, come March next year, we will have that achievement. We also want to hit level 30 at least today. We're probably going to hit level 32, 33, somewhere around there. And so with that being said, let us jump into World of Warcraft. Let me just pop this open, hit play. I also uninstalled all my add-ons for now. We don't need add-ons. We're not even level 30 yet. So we don't need add-ons on the game. Some people recommended the everything add-on, like everything. I'm not going to do that yet. I'm going to look into it. I've heard that there are some glitches with that. So we're not going to worry about that yet. And one other thing I want to mention is that I am a little bit raspy still. I actually, I had strep throat earlier this week, so my throat is still recovering from that. Nice challenge. However, I'm wondering how you plan on keeping up with 100 plus characters. I struggle with 60. So actually, oh wait, it still have add-ons. I don't have any add-ons. I literally deleted all of them. So I'm not sure why that is. Yeah, Sticky Sauce 101. Thank you for joining the stream. And yeah, I plan to see, that's gonna be one of the things that I do at like the very end, just like leveling up characters. So I'll keep up with them a little bit, but most of them are just gonna kind of be get to the max level, and then you only play them if you absolutely have to. Like, hey, there's a raid coming on. We need a shaman. We need a shaman healer or whatever. And so I'll be like, okay, well, I have one, so I'll just pop in and play that. And oh no, I'm not gonna 100% the trading post. That is something that I think a lot of people got confused on in my video. I need to clarify this too. I've clarified it in the let's just go ahead and jump in and start questing. So I did clarify this in, it's gonna be a little choppy here. I clarified this in the live streams. But one of the things that 60 cares, 5 are only ever used. Yeah, I had about 10 characters that were like level 70 plus on my main account. But anyway, so the thing that people I think misunderstood is that I'm going to get everything in the game that's available. If something is available and then it goes unavailable, that is considered gone. I'm not going to get it. I'm not going to try to get it. I'm not going to hack the game or anything. If it's gone and I don't have it, it's gone. That's it. So a lot of people are saying, well, oh, you can't get like the Scarab title mount. Yeah, I know that. That's not part of the goal. The goal is just to try to do everything possible in the game, not to do everything. Like right now, I have level 30. I don't even know if I'll be able to do the trading post, because if you look, there is a ton of stuff that, like the 10 non-skirmish arena matches, I can't do that. I won't be able to do that for probably a month or more, if I even ever, if I get to that anytime soon, like maybe 2 months from now. So like stuff like that, I'm not worried about. But like, but I can do stuff like quests. Where are you? So like quests and stuff like this, or like this is super easy. Well, actually, that's in the other mind. Never mind, that won't be easy. But stuff like like Ungirl Madness, maybe I could do that. There's all kinds of stuff I could do. Trial of Style will be. I don't think I'll be able to win it on this character, but on this account. But on my last account, I actually won that a lot. I did a lot of Trial of Style, and I did pretty well at it. So yeah, this is, and the biggest thing is plus helps pet battle achievements. Yeah, the trading post definitely does, if that's what you're referring to. The trading post really helps with pet battles and stuff like that. I don't think I've used any pet battles or used any of the pets from there for pet battles. I don't really do pet battles a whole lot on my main account, but I could, you get a lot of pets, so I could definitely see how that would be helpful. Okay. Oh, wow, whoa, whoa, what's going on? Okay, this guy is... He's highlighted as if he's a quest marker, but I guess I don't have to kill that particular one. Let's see. So, okay, so I need to move this over. That shouldn't affect my mic at all. Let's see, move that there so that I can actually see my all objectives over here. Also, for anyone joining, if you notice any audio glitches or video glitches or anything like that, please let me know and I will try to fix them. Otherwise, I'm gonna assume everything's good. It looks good on my end. All the bars are going to where they should. All the desktop audio looks like it's not too high. So, but if for some reason you notice that something's like off, just let me know. All right. So what do we need to do for this quest? Let's see.
Abandon hope.
Okay, so we need to burn these, I guess.
Oh, you die.
All right. Yeah. What I do on my main character, Sticky Sauce, is that what I will do... Oh, gosh. Are these guys... Okay, they're just, like, regular NPCs. They're not, like, high level. What I do on my main account is I just... Yeah, I do, like, the dungeon stuff, and I do the world quest stuff, and then regular quest stuff, and I get it every single time. I actually have the 12-month trading post achievement on my main account. So, it is doable. It's definitely doable. I have done it. Okay, so we got the Forsaken Scouting Orders. That was easy. We're going to skin. I got to remember I have skinning. Usually when I have a skinner, I always forget that I have it. And then I end up going like 4 or 5 kills of beasts, and then I realize, oh, hey, you know you have skinning, right? Okay, so you can use Fowler dungeons to farm dungeon bosses. I didn't even think about that. That is brilliant. That's a good idea. I've never done that, but I didn't even know you could. I didn't know if it would count. So that's good to know. Okay, so what else do I need to do here? I need to kill you.
Join us in death.
Join us in death. No, thank you. Join me in life. Okay, so what is happening? Like, hey, get off me, bro. I'll let my pets take the brunt of that. I don't want to die. I've not died a single time yet, guys. Not even once. I've done this whole run fully deathless. Yeah, we're doing it hardcore too. We're not gonna die a single time. Yeah. Okay, for everyone who's... Oh, whoa, I'm actually gonna... I stood in the fire. Okay, I gotta concentrate a little bit, so my bad. That was a really stupid way to die. I really wasn't paying any attention. I guess I gotta pay attention now. That's our 5th death, in case you're wondering. So let's see. Am I lagging out? Oh no. Okay, I was like... That's not good. Your pet is dead. Well, that's not fair. What is this? Okay, so this is what killed me. Okay. So it's like a dot. Dungeon bosses and war within dungeon quests. That was streamer karma. Yes, it was. I was totally paying attention to everything else, and then, yeah, I wasn't really paying attention to what I was doing in the game. I've noticed that streaming and playing the game is a lot harder than just playing the game. That's something I think all streamers eventually get over, but right now, this is my 5th time streaming in about 5 years. I used to stream a little bit. Yeah, they have that poison and stuff. They're pretty gross to deal with. But yeah, I did stream a little bit of Final Fantasy VII way back in the day, but I gave up on that dream because A, if you let the music go for more than like 5 seconds, it gets flagged, and then B, it was at the time it was just my family that would join, which actually we had a lot of fun, but now I'm doing this with more of an audience. I have 5,000 subs now, so obviously that's going to be a little bit more high stakes. It's going to be a little bit more. I have to be a little more entertaining than just trying to make my family laugh. You know, that's not that hard. So, but staying entertaining while you're also trying to play the game, it's a challenge. It's a challenge that I've had to kind of get used to, and I guess I am still getting there. Well, I'm not making myself look like an absolute idiot like I'm about to. I feel like there's so many enemies around here. Okay, so let's do this. Heal. Exhilaration. Okay. Can they really? I don't know. I know my best friend, or well, he's not my best friend anymore. He used to be. He really was into Final Fantasy, and yeah, he was like really into Final Fantasy, and I never got into it as much as he did, and I could see how they would be more rabid, but WoW fans are pretty rabid. I'll say that. Which that's fine. You know, I used to be that way too when I was younger. Yeah, I was kind of, I don't know how to describe it, but I was like I thought I was the coolest guy on the planet, if you know what I mean. I thought it was so cool, especially because I was a tank and I could take a raid in high school. Like I was like 14, I was off tank to the main raiding group, and so like, you know, that's. You know, there's a guild of 400 people, and I'm like the second tank in all of the entire guild. You know, that goes to your head as a 12-year-old or 14-year-old. Okay, I need to buy some like healing items because I'm kind of sick of this. Is this an inn here? This is the barracks. Here you are.
I got a bad feeling.
Ooh, that voice. Okay, so how much health do I have? Yeah, I don't need mana. So we'll do that. We'll put this here. Okay. Yeah, on the MMO side, have you played Final Fantasy 14? I really enjoy Final Fantasy 14, but I had to at one point decide, do I want to pay for WoW or do I want to play for Final Fantasy 14? And I'll tell you what, I was actually very close to choosing Final Fantasy 14, but I already had, the reason I chose WoW, it's going to sound dumb, is that I had so much invested into it already. So I never did play Final Fantasy past level like 15 or so. And I absolutely loved it. I'm just going to check my phone here real quick, make sure everything's good. Okay. Yeah, but I never played past level 15. I would love to get back into it. I just do not have time. And especially with this challenge, we're not going to have any time to play Final Fantasy 14.
Will prevail. Stand strong, hero.
You know what? Maybe if we beat this game and complete it, I'll go for Final Fantasy 14. Though this is going to probably take me 8 to 10 years to do. So, or more,
Never
maybe more.
let your guard down.
Yeah, you'll probably fill the WoW Rabbit side for the high tier rating and PvP. Yeah, I'm going to try. So my goal with that, so obviously this channel, I've got some people that probably would love to help. Night of Sarcasm already gave us some nice bags. That's why I have a full, like, complete bag list, even though I'm like level, you know, this is a new account. And so I have a feeling at that point I'll have to have a more organized group of fans or other YouTubers or whatever that will like coordinate doing this stuff. And it's still going to be toxic, but it could work. It could work. It just has to be done right. Okay, so kill command deals. Let's see. I'm just going to do that for now. I don't care about talents until we hit max level. Let's see. Yeah, so in 20 years I'll play Final Fantasy 14. 20 years from now. Mark it now, 2045 I'll complete WoW. Okay, so we need to go, let's see, we could go do this bonus objective. It's 7,000 experience points. I need to do all those bonus objectives at some point. I don't like doing them. I think they're so boring. So I might just wait to, if they're in the area I'm in, I'll probably do them. But if not, then I probably won't worry about them at all. Just because I don't really, I feel like they waste more time than they have benefit. Okay, so I need to, okay, so this is this area. Let's see, I need to defeat the God King Skovald. Is that a dungeon quest? I don't think it is. I think you got to talk to this guy. So looking for group dungeons in LFR, that's going to be super toxic. That's why I do follow our dungeon slot. Yeah, Yeah, sometimes they're really... Sometimes you get really good groups. I've had a lot of good groups. But every once in a while you get that group where there's just like... Like... I had a group, and I made a tank. And so I was tanking the boss. And he had it was in the Chromie time. And he had a track where he would like point to a character and his eyes would glow red and there was a giant arrow pointing over your head and it would say run or whatever it would, and they would just like, they'd sit there and be like, you need to start tanking. I'm getting aggro off of you. And I'm like, are you just... And my response was, you should probably run away when there are giant glowing eyes pointed in your direction. You should probably run away when that happens. And yeah, so I can definitely see how it would be a little toxic because I've seen it in just a little bit of tanking I've done lately. Oh yeah, healers. Sometimes I love healers, but man, sometimes you get that one healer that's just like the DPS took too much damage, and it's like, okay, but it's like, yeah, I can see how some DPS, you know, they'll stand in the fire, etc. But, you know, it's not always the DPS fault. It's not always the tank's fault. He's just standing here. Oh, he's on his dragon. I'm like, what are we doing here?
Let us return to Javi.
Okay, so the God King is gone. I think we kill him in a dungeon, if I remember correctly. If you do damage, you'll get no heal from me. Yes, that is the healing way. I don't know about you, but I hate healing in this game. Eventually, I'll obviously have to do it, but like, it's not my favorite thing. And I guarantee whenever we get to that point, people will look at my action bars and they'll be like, what the hell are you doing? Because I have a very specific way I have my healing bars. Yeah, Sticky Sauce, you're right about the God King. I think we defeat him in a dungeon. I know there's a delay, so you probably are hearing that as I say this, but you know what I'm saying. Okay, so we come back to... What's this guy's name? Javi? Whoa, what just happened? Oh, did I mess something up? Uh-oh, where'd I go? Hold on. That was really weird. I disappeared for a second. Sorry about that. Let's see. To be honest, most classes in WoW don't have great healing specs. Most classes don't have great healing specs in WoW. Yeah, I tried to heal this. My original healing. So I made a paladin, and originally when they came out with dual specs, I had a dual spec into protection and holy paladin healing. While it was challenging, so that was fun. I hated it. It was so difficult. It was like, what am I even doing here? Okay, so let's see. Hurricane Relic, Blood Relic. Let's do that. I found out with these that if you put these in here, then it actually updates your... Now this now it's 86 item level, so I didn't realize that before. So I'm like, I'm not going to use my legendary artifact weapon. It's literally legendary. But I figured it out.
Yes, you are worthy.
By the word, WoW still gets stuck with priests as the only valid healers in many cases. Yeah, from what I've healed with a priest, it is a little bit more enjoyable because I feel like I'm actually getting some healing output. I don't know why I'm killing this guy. I have no idea. I also didn't mind Mistweaver. I think Mistweaver has some pretty unique healing. And I actually don't like monks at all, but I like Mistweaver healing. I don't like Mistweaver tanking, and I don't like Mistweaver DPS, but I really do enjoy Mistweaver. Sorry, what am I talking about? I don't like monk. I don't like Brewmaster, and I don't like the other monk spec. I don't even know what it's called, but Mistweaver was pretty cool. I actually have it's my fourth main is a Mistweaver Pandaren.
Make it
Here.
quick. What is it?
Shielding secrets, assault on Scold Ashil. Oh, we do have a bonus objective here. Oh, great. Fun. What other quests do you have?
Make it quick.
Okay. Is this part of the campaign? I don't even know. Oh, yeah. This one is. Yep. I remember this quest now. I'm so used to playing as a prop poly that, like, I just jump into the middle of the encampment and just attack everybody. It's probably not going to work out as much as a Beastmaster Hunter. But once I get better pets, I guess it'll be a little bit better. The new Evoker buffer spec is the one that makes least sense to me. Yeah, I have an Evoker, the Time Warden or whatever it is, and it's a lot of fun to play, but I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. I just like click buttons and hope that I do stuff. And I've not had any trouble with it. Like, I've actually, I feel like I've done some decent DPS, but like I have no idea what I'm doing. Not a clue. Yeah, survival hunter mindset. Yeah, actually, I used to main a survival hunter until they made it melee. Like on my brother's account was the first account I ever played in this game, and I loved having a survival hunter. And then they changed it. Was it Cataclysm they changed? I don't remember when they changed it, but basically once they changed it to melee, I just completely stopped playing survival hunter whatsoever. I switched to Beastmaster and never went back because I think it's like inherently. I personally just don't like hunter melee or melee hunters. I just don't like it. I think it's fine. You can do some kind of cool movement stuff, but like I enjoyed the survival hunter, just like playing with traps and all that stuff. It was just kind of like a fun little unique little class. It was really good at crowd control. So I would actually play it in raids. I would play survival hunter, which I was like, I felt like I was one of the few players that did that. I really don't think it was a very popular spec. And so what I focused on is I really focused on crowd control. So what I would do is I'd make sure that all my crowd control is really well done. And I had a lot of specs into crowd control. So literally it was me and a mage. A mage would polymorph and I would trap. And then that would be the crowd control of the raid or whatever. So, and then I think there was other survival hunter incapacitation spells, but I don't remember what they were. We're talking back in Wrath of the Lich King, so we're talking over 10 years ago. And so I don't necessarily remember all the spells that survival hunters had, but I remember they're big on traps, and then they gave explosive trap, or explosive shot, and it would literally just, you'd shoot a guy and you'd wait a couple seconds and just go and everyone around them would just be dead, and you're like, all right, survival hunters can now do DPS. So that I remember that day, like that when that happened, everyone always like kind of made fun of me, not made fun of, but they like kind of teased me like, man, survival sucks, why are you survival? And then explosive trap or explosive shot came out and every hunter switched to survival. And I'm like, sure, I mean, you could say it sucks, but now we have explosive shot, so everything's fine. Some specs are odd, like how outlaw rogues feel more like it should have been ranged. Yeah, I have an outlaw rogue. It's my highest level rogue, level like 60 on my main account, and I'm not liking it. I like outlaws the one with the dice, right? And I don't understand what I'm doing or I don't like it. It's one of the two. I can't determine which yet. Now they have wildfire bombs and explosive shots. Yeah. So I think I need to get my survival hunter up to max level. He's only like level like 40-ish, 45, and so I don't know how they play at max level. So that is something I have to keep in mind. For my mains, I don't know if anyone cares, but my mains are Prop Poly, Demon Hunter, Havoc, I think is the DPS one, and then Warlock, Human Warlock, and then Pandaren Monk, That's the Mistweaver I was talking about. And then there is a Orc Warlock. Yes, 2 Warlocks, because I don't know if I like Demonology, so I have an a Destruction Warlock, who I like playing as a lot more. It's a lot more fun in my opinion. So I have a lot of alts, and I have 2 mains basically, my Demon Hunter and my Paladin. Hero talents are a bit too limited in my view. I hope they add variance. Yeah, I think the 2. Yeah, having only 2 is a kind of a problem, because you have 3 specs and 2 hero talents, and so I feel like I found that there were a couple combinations that didn't really work out that well. Like, I'm trying to think of what one off the top of my head. I think there was a druid spec I really just didn't like. It was very... Oh, I also have a druid main... Or, not main. I have a druid alt 2 this level, over level 70. And I did not like the... I think it was the druid ones I didn't like in particular. I can't remember at this point.
Upon my shield! Break upon my...
Oh, that's not good. Oh, I don't like that. Why am I being shocked? Why am I... Oh, okay. Oh, I'm stupid. Oh, I'm stupid. Oh, this is gonna hurt. That was really dumb of me. Okay. What do I do here? I don't even know what to do here. Kill this guy. Kill you next. This is a terrible mistake. But we might survive this. It actually looks like we're gonna survive. Looks like we're gonna... Yeah, we survived. Okay, that was a really bad pull. But we got a treasure chest. Oh my gosh! Okay.
Protect the temple!
What temple are you talking about?
Ayer, I have failed.
Wow, that was a close call. Oh, that guy spawned back. Okay. Plus, some heroic talents are too specific, like Mountain Thane, which is very dwarf-based lore, while some won't mind it. It seems very odd story-wise for an orc to have dwarf talents. Yeah, that is something that is a little weird too. I think they could have, like, I think in a perfect world, if World of Warcraft was perfect, I even think that every class and race should have their own unique interactions. Like, I kind of felt like, the racial talents could be expanded upon, but again, the problem with World of Warcraft in this state is that everything has to be, like, super balanced, and I understand that for PvP wise, and even for dungeon wise, so you could, you don't have to pick a particular character to play as. I do wish there was more, like, maybe in PvE, like, just like casual playing, maybe there could be like more lore specific, like maybe like specific talents that you can't use in dungeons or you can't use in PvP, kind of like the Covenant stuff. And you could maybe a human hunter has like a special trap that they could use outside of PvP and dungeons. Yeah, like because humans are natural hunters, and like maybe dwarf hunters have another special move that they can do. I think something like that would be really cool. Almost also Horde and Alliance have all but merged in story, but they need to keep them artificially separate. Yeah, and that's something that's really going to be challenging for Blizzard going forward. I think it's a good idea for gameplay wise, because I do feel like Horde and Alliance were so separate that it was actually really hard to really do anything in the game. You just had to make sure, like, I think what happened is, like,
The battle is upon us, sister.
like, let's say you play WoW and you're gonna go invite your friend, and then you say you have to pick Horde or Alliance, and you're like, what? Yeah, Horde or Alliance, and if you pick the opposite one, we can't play together. I think it limited people in that fashion, so a lot of people just picked one faction or the other just because of their friend, and now you don't have to do that, so I think that was helpful. The problem that it has is that the lore-wise, it's all messed up now. Like, you can't go back. Unless, the way that I always thought you could do it lore-wise is that your factions might fight each other, but you have decided that as an individual, you're willing to work with the Alliance in certain specific parts. Like, I think something like lore-wise like that could work, but that's kind of convoluted. So the way they have it now is all right. I mean, we're both working, both factions are working towards a goal, and so I think it does okay for now. We are not getting a lot of quests done right now, but that's okay. I'm kind of enjoying just kind of casually going through this area, and I'm speaking really fantastic English right here. Okay, so we'll get this rare spawn because I think there's probably an achievement. Okay, if only they had just kept Sylvanas as evil so the Horde versus Alliance would last and make sense to last instead of blaming it all on the... Yeah, yeah, I could go on for hours about Shadowlands and the issues it caused. Let's just say I hope Sylvanas has, like... I hope she has to individually pluck these hidden souls by hand and walk them to Kalagos. Because I'm so sick of Sylvanas. I love Sylvanas. She's one of the best characters in all of World of Warcraft. But she's so overdone at this point that I don't want to see her for a while. Both fighting against demons or void makes sense due to sheer survival. Yeah. Yeah. I think it does... Oh man, that's a little loud. It's turn my gain down a little bit. But yeah, I think that it can be done well. I hope they have to be really careful with it. And we all know how WoW is. As long as Chris Metzen is behind it, it should be okay. But even Chris Metzen, he doesn't get everything right. He's made a mistake. What am I doing right now? Okay. But even Chris Metzen doesn't get everything right. So I'm hoping he does better than the last 3 people. Jeez. I mean, jeez. Shadowlands had some bad lore in it. In my opinion, the best Horde... Oh, welcome, Dr. Pants. Thank you for joining the stream. Let's see. In my opinion, the best Horde in Alliance conflict lore was done as a Cold War type of conflict back in Wrath. Yeah, I absolutely love that. Like, especially... one of my favorite cinematics is the Wrathgate. I'm very old school. And I just loved how they went about it in a way that it made sense. Like, we hate each other, we don't want anything to do with each other, but we are going to kill the Lich King together, and then we're going to go back to fighting each other. Like, that was really cool. Ideally, Sylvanas needs to be rescued a soul that's been destroyed like Artha, so she's definitely stuck. Yeah, I just worried that after the void, the power creep returns and nothing matters, and we beat yet another god. Yeah. That's something too that gets kind of annoying. Like within N'Zoth, you're just like, you're a god, and it's like, that's really boring. That's a really boring type of lore. I don't remember how to get these freaking verses, but it's really boring. That's really a cop out. Like, you're just a god now. Okay, like, it was a cool cutscene. I won't lie, I like the cutscene, but it was just like, and I don't think it really changed that much. But I mean, it was very cop out, very cop out. The writings of the priestess appear to be the first part opponent. Oh, these are the shields, I guess? I'm not really sure. Oh, they're like little text? I don't know how I got so lost in this quest. I was doing it like without even thinking about it. Now I'm like, what the heck am I doing? This is not helping my 3,000 hours I gotta put into this game. Alright. It doesn't help that everyone... Okay. That's what I thought. We just have to kill the shield maidens. They're too fixated on every end boss being an old god, even in the midst of Pandaria. Yeah, I just wanted Garrosh to be like a regular old enemy. I don't like that they just... Everything's an old god. And they always screw the Horde over. Every time. Like, the Alliance never gets screwed over. Like, all their people die very heroically and violently. And then you got Vol'jin died like a pansy. Like, I love Vol'jin. And he got the worst treatment in the entire game. Then you have Garrosh, who... Old god. And then they had, who else? Who else died in the Horde? Oh, Cairn? or Bane Bloodhoof. Bane Bloodhoof died, and or Karen Bloodhoof. I think it was Karen Bloodhoof who died, and they've killed off like every single Horde leader, and they've only killed off Varian Wren on the Alliance side, but every single Horde leader has died. Tell me how much sense that makes. How fair is that? Let's see. We lost Vol'jin, Garrosh, Thrall. Technically, even though Thrall is still alive, he's no longer the Horde leader. We lost Cairn. We lost Sylvanas. Yeah. Yeah. No, I think Garrosh was a better enemy whenever he was not just an old god. Because one thing about Draenor that was cool is I actually really liked Garrosh in Draenor. And he was actually still evil, but he was evil because he was evil, not because of some old god magic. He just wanted to cause chaos. Okay, these guys are really a pain in the butt to find.
The battle is upon us, sisters!
But yeah, I think it would have been better if they just kept him as a bad guy in a bad guy kind of sense instead of the old god stuff. Like, I love the old god lore. I have one day maybe you guys will see behind me, but I actually have a bookshelf. And I have almost every single World of Warcraft book except for one. And the old god lore is really good, but the way they've been doing it in game is very not great. I think Cthulhu was good. It was just like a weird entity that's in this dungeon, and it's really creepy. And then I do think Yogg-Saron was done fantastically. And then Inzoth was done not that great. And what other... Oh, and Yasharaz, they could have done more with that. I mean, it was done alright, but they could have done way better with Yasharaz as well. Plus it simplified Garrosh by making him just like, LOL, rar, I am so evil. Yeah. Yeah, he was the worst kind of orc. But he did have, like, you gotta think, Garrosh had a hard life. I mean, he was one of the few Magheart orcs that was still pure. And then he basically, I mean, his father died, right? His father died. Hellscream, right? Gromosh Hellscream. Or is it his grandpa? I don't remember. But anyway, he died. And he's the one who caused... He is the person who drove the orcs to drinking the fell blood. I mean, Gul'dana, overarchingly did, but, like, Gromosh Hellscream is the one who brought his people into that gift, the fell blood. So I just spit everywhere. Oops. And so imagine having that as your father. Yes, he died a hero, but you know that he basically wiped out millions of orcs. And so imagine having that as your father and then getting thrown into being the war chief of the Horde overnight. Like, that's... Like, I see why there's a Garrosh did nothing wrong, videos all the time. Like, it makes sense why he kind of went nuts. Makes the villain pure evil or tries to make them sympathetic. It rarely works. Yeah. The jailer, yeah, it rarely works. Jailer's twist of, I'm not bad, I was bullied. Is it good? Yeah, I was bullied. Yeah, I didn't like that. The whole way the jailer ended, I remember I put a post out and I said, how do you like your jailer? And I said, regular form, vanilla. And then I said, Super Saiyan, it's when it gets his new armor, like in that one cutscene, that really strange cutscene with Sylvanas and all that, where Sylvanas turns on him. And then I said, or dead, and I had a picture of him dead. And like, it was like 90% dead. Everyone wanted him dead. Oh man, I did not feel sorry for the jailer at all. Like, you, over like tens of thousands of souls you destroyed, so no one, why would I feel sorry for you in the slightest? Is there something worse out there? Sure, but I don't care. You're terrible. Also, you ruined Arthas's lore, so you can't ever come back from that. Yeah, the proto drakes. I don't know any of the Dragonflight lore. I kind of copped out of Dragonflight. I really didn't play it. I played it like, let's see. I finished Durnigan, the first area. I don't know what it's called. I got into the cave area. I did about half of it, and and then the 20th anniversary came out, and so I just kind of played that for the rest of the time.
The hero of Helheim seeks entrance.
So far, obviously, we're on this account. We're going to eventually go through and do all of that, but that won't be for a while.
You may proceed, but know that a year may not regard you as I do. Seek your fate in the vault, champion. May a year be your wings.
Honest, not believing he was evil was also ridiculous. Not thinking that a dude called the jailer would be against Vrykul. Yeah, that made no sense either. And then at the very end, she's like, I will never be forced to do anything, or whatever she said. And it's like, how did you just snap out of it? Like, it's really not that...
Country.
It was very convoluted.
My people.
I do want to read the book. Hopefully the book actually gives some clarity on that, but like... Other than that, speaking of Sylvanas, this is actually really cool. This is really cool. I really wish they would have went more on like the Sylvanas being evil in a I don't care about the Horde anymore, but I'm so powerful that I'm going to create my own army or whatever it was, instead of the jailer thing.
Not what you are meddling with. Submit. The Valkyr are mine.
Sylvanas, your quest for immortality has left you vulnerable. I will have my vengeance! For Varian! For Gilneas! For my son!
Frick yeah.
It seems I overestimated you. Old wolf.
Ha ha ha!
You took my son's future. And now I've taken
I
yours.
do wonder, speaking of us talking about Sylvanas, I do wonder what would have happened if she would have just gotten that Valkyr. Would she have ever joined the jailer and all that bullcrap that happened? I wonder about that. Because that right there stopped like a lot of her plans. Because I think she was going to use the Valkyr to resurrect more people and put them on her side of the Forsaken. But then obviously that, I mean, getting Greymane just destroyed that hope.
What is it?
Let's see. Get there. Yeah, we'll do this one. Hey, that's a lot of stuff. Okay, so we reached level 27, and we completed Vrykul's story, bro. Okay, so let's see, what do we got here? We got some kind of armor, I thought. What armor did we get? Is it going to be down here? Where is it? Let's see. Sylvanas' broken arrow. So it should be a trinket. Where is it? There it is. I don't know why it popped up here. Let's get our talent point. Beast Cleave after you multi... I want that. We need some AoE. Beastmaster Hunters have no AoE for a long time, so let's get that. Let's see. We also need to... Okay, hey. I forgot to mention... Oh, you know, I did mention this at the beginning. Yeah, these are our goals. We just did one of them. Let's see. We're going to put this in green. I don't like that color. Let's do that green. If they'd done it right, she'd of course went crazy at this point and attacked the Alliance. No need for Shadowlands Extra. Yeah, I think they really overdid it. Like, attacking the Alliance was one thing, but completely burning Teldrassil down, that was a bit much. Like, I didn't... Also, like, WoW has this thing, and I don't get it. They have this thing where they target one particular person or group or whatever, and they just keep going with it until they completely exhaust it. Like, for example, they went with Sylvanas and just completely exhausted her character into the ground. The Night Elves, they have destroyed the Night Elves like 10 times in the lore. Like, the Night Elves shouldn't even exist anymore. They lost 90% of their population in the Sundering. They lost... They're scattered across all the continents, and now they lost another like 10% of their population. So they've got to only have like 2,000 Night Elves left. Like, you can't just keep wiping the same group of people out over and over. Like, at some point, move on to the humans. Have a mass cataclysm with the humans. I know the first war, the second war, whatever it was, destroyed Stormwind and all the kingdoms and all that. But like have a crisis in, I don't know, have a crisis in Durotar. Like, wipe out a third of the orcs or something. You know, like, you can't just keep going after Night Elves. Like, there's not going to be any of them left. The problem was if she allied with a guy who literally an embodiment of pure lawful evil, then she claimed she felt he was going to help the world when he clearly was never going to help anyone. Yeah, that's a problem. Yeah, he was lawful evil. Yeah, that makes sense. And like, I don't know how she would ever, with what she went through with Arthas, I don't know how she could ever. I would say Arthas is more chaotic evil at first and then became more lawful evil, but even Arthas was lawful evil. So I don't know how she would have ever thought that that would have worked out. But anyway, yeah, so let's see how we're doing on the quest front. We don't have... Okay, so let's see. Quests. Oh, we did do 10 quests there, so... we're at 10 out of 25 quests. So we're probably going to hit 15 quests tonight. Or 25 quests tonight, at least. Maybe not 50, but we'll hit 25 for sure. Okay, so we're done with Stormheim for now. Obviously, Stormheim has a lot more to do in it, but we're done with it for now. How much she? Oh yeah, you already read that comment. Okay, so let's see. 1 second. Arthas was lawful evil. There must always be Lich King. Yep. And honestly, we find out later that he actually was controlling the Dan from roaming all over Azeroth. At the end of Wrath of the Lich King, you find that if he didn't exist, then the armies of the dead would have roamed over Azeroth, and that was a really cool detail. Gul'dan was chaotic evil. Yes. And actually, if you read the books, he didn't know what he was even doing a lot of the times. He just said, "I'm going to do this. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to cause chaos on the way there." And like whenever he went to get the artifact, Archimonde's body, and like from the vault, yeah, it didn't work out very well for him. Let's see. So do I need to go back to return to the? Oh, okay. So I need to go back to the Hunter's Lodge. Where's my? So can I go to? Let's see. Let's go to Dalaran for a second. There it is. Yeah, let's pop into Dalaran and we'll more demon and orc, even at an early age. Yeah, he, according to the war hero stories, or whatever it was, the war chief stories, he was crippled or something, and then he got rejected by his clan, so Sargeras found him. And it's actually really interesting because the Draenei landed on Draenor, and Sargeras is chasing them, and so Sargeras found Gul'dan, who was rejected by the orcs, and used him to kind of take over the orcs and have them kill the Draenei. It really interests. Like that's the thing about how the lore used to be. It used to have like layers upon layers upon layers, but they were actually done really well. Like they were not just thrown in a big pot and said like there's a bigger enemy. No, it was the bigger enemy is so you knew who he was. You knew exactly who he was. You knew he was Sargeras. The very first book that came out for WoW, you knew that Sargeras was incredibly smart and he had plans upon plans, and he was so far advanced that like no one could have ever understood him. But you, as the player, as the reader, you knew what he was doing and you knew how smart he was. The problem with the jailer is you don't know anything about him and you don't really care about him because you don't know who he is. But Sargeras, you knew exactly who he was. He was, well, at least you know that he gave Archimonde, Kil'jaeden, and Valan a promise, and in that promise, he basically stated to give them all kinds of power and all that stuff. And so you knew about him through that instance. You didn't know his plan at that time, but you at least knew who the character was. We didn't know who the jailer was until randomly showed up, and then you never even got to know him after that either. The problem with Blizz is that Sargeras wants to save the universe by destroying it. Honestly, just keep Sargeras as evil. Hard to justify it all. Yeah, Sargeras is... Yeah, the lore actually makes sense for him, though. It actually makes sense for him because he was driven to insanity by trying to fight the Void. And that actually makes sense. Like, he's evil because he's evil, but his original intent was true and good. The way he went about it was evil. I think the best sort of evil is when the character thinks they're doing good, but the way they do their good is evil. For example, Arthas. He thought he was doing good. He thought he was saving his people. He thought he was liberating Lordaeron. He thought he was liberating people from death. And so he wanted people to live, and he wanted his kingdom to be strong, but the way he went about it was evil. And that's what makes a good character. It's not about just being good or evil. It's about why they're evil. The jailer, we still have no idea why he was evil. And I don't really care because we don't know any of his backstory. We don't know anything but the fact that he sits in the maw, and for some reason he was scorned by the other makers or creators or whatever they're called. And that's all we know about him. Yeah, Sargeras is basically a giant paladin that got corrupted. That is almost exactly what he is. And his original picture, maybe I can find it. Let's see. So, Sargeras. Let's see if I find this real quick. Let's see if I can find it. Let's see if I can get a good... Well, the picture was on here on Google, but now it's not. I love Wowpedia. It's terrible. Let's see, where's he at? Then I'll have to jump back into playing, obviously. Well, I'll just show you on here. So, no. This guy right here. This is Sargeras before... Oh my gosh. This is Sargeras before he got corrupted. Yeah, the jail is even more forgettable because he's just a weird robot. That's a good point. No, this is the original Sargeras right here. He was originally a Titan, and he found out there was a Void. He got basically radicalized to fighting the Void, and then he realized that the Void was attacking future Titans and planets. That's what's in Azeroth. There's a potentially a future Titan. That's why we fought on Argus too. There's a potential Titan there too. And so he got corrupted by trying to kill all the Titans so that the Void cannot corrupt them. And that's his story. It's really, really interesting. I absolutely love it. So the whole jailer thing was just done so poorly that no one gives a shit about it. So, yeah, again, WoW used to have really good lore. Like, to the point where I was blown away by it. Okay, so we need to talk to you.
How may I aid you? Go in peace. Be careful. Ancestors watch over you. Goodbye. Farewell.
Okay. So do that. Yeah, he's a max human paladin with max gear. Like ultimate gear or something. Let's see. So, okay, where do we need to... We need to go to the Hunter Lodge. Is there a fast way to get to the Hunter Lodge? I really don't know. I have never gotten to the Hunter Lodge since... I think you could just fly there, right? Apologize if there's a little bit of lag.
What brings you here?
I just fly there. Okay, I don't want to spend money on it. I thought there was a way to... I thought that there was always a way to get to your class order hall. Is there a different way to get there? Oh, yeah, there it is. Cool. Yeah, Paladins going mad is a theme. Well, if you think about a Paladin, and I might be a little biased because I really like Paladins, but they are warriors of the light that are required to do hand-to-hand combat or sword combat or very close-up combat. So I'm going to wait a little bit so this loads so I don't chop out. There we go. Unseen Path is done via giant chicken. What? What is Unseen Path? Is done via giant chicken. I'm not sure what you're talking about there. Oh! Oh, giant chicken is the eagle. Yes. Giant chicken, you're right. But anyway, so I think it makes sense because you're a paladin, you're a warrior of the light, and you got to beat the tar out of people, stab them, kill them. It's kind of like the Crusaders of real lore, who got corrupted by like bribery and all that stuff, or it's kind of like that. Like, you're very powerful. You're probably the most powerful being around you, and with great power comes great responsibility, as one very wise Marvel character said.
Greetings.
Actually, his father's or uncle said. Okay.
Go in peace.
You received my
Ancestors
messages.
watch over you. Peace, friend.
Rise, champions. As a leader of your group, other hunters will look to you for guidance. Okay. Okay, we got to do some recruiting. Cool. Did I ever get my talent point yet? Recruit Lauren Stormhoof and recruit Emerald Stone Warden? Shade Warden. Faith quickly turns to fanaticism, hence the theme of evil paladins and dark priests, or shadow and wild. Yeah, exactly. Like, yep. There's always a chance that you can get.
Welcomes you.
What am I doing here? Who am I supposed to be talking to? Strong right hand.
Take
Oh, okay.
care. I pledge my loyalty to you, and to
I don't want to
the
do a second
unseen
artifact
path
weapon right now.
for all my days.
Yeah, that's the one thing that's interesting in WoW is that there's always a dichotomy. Light is usually good, but it can be used for evil. Or you have the fanaticism of
Those that came before me.
the one
Service to you.
we call it the one Naru that Illidan destroyed. She was a little too fanatical, I guess, but she's also a Naru, so it was kind of like, well, duh. But yeah, they've always had this dichotomy of light is good but can be corrupted in World of Warcraft. Even Arathi are apparently not all good. Even for Stormers. Yeah, I don't know any of the lore, so no spoilers. But that's interesting. I really want to learn about them. I mean, eventually I will, right? Because we're doing this whole thing. But I don't know a lot about them yet. I actually have not met them in the game yet. Though I do know that they exist, obviously. Like, it's pretty obvious. Use the scouting map and complete the mission.
Death to all who oppose us. Glory to the Sindorai.
I will find the way.
Okay, cool. And this should be done in like 1 minute, yeah.
Raymain will lead us.
But yeah, what was I gonna say? Oh, like in particular the Blood Elves, right? the Blood Elves originally, when their sun well was corrupted, they would actually they would bend the light that was remaining in the sun well, because it was like the power was significantly reduced. So they would end up bending the light to satisfy their own like power. So that's why they were called Blood Knights, right? Because they actually would bend the light to their favor. Heck, even tyrants are not entirely good in the world then, but I guess that's to be seen. I won't spoil. That's another. Yeah, thank you for not spoiling. I've heard the lore is actually really, really good so far. I've heard a few negative things, but not many negative things at all. It's one of the few times I've seen like universally people think the lore has finally returned to a place where it's actually standable. Let's just put it that way. Dragonflight wasn't bad again, but it was just kind of boring. I still have no idea what happens in Dragonflight. I did all the quests there, like the campaigns. I didn't do the final campaign, but I did like the first round of it, and I had no idea what was happening. There's so many wells. Elves love their wells. Yes, they do. Yep, because it gives them a touch of the Well of Eternity, and I think we can thank Illidan for that. So, good on you, Illidan. I don't think people realize it. Like, if you play the game but you don't read the books, Illidan is actually way more important in the books, because, and they've actually like confirmed it in the game as canon lore, that everything Illidan has done is always met with a, you became half demon, but you saved millions of people. You did this, but you did this. You did this, you did this. You saved us from the Legion, and yet you kept some of the Well of Eternity, and you put it in our lakes for Nordrassil, or Teldrassil. And so it's like he says such a dichotomy. You do something bad, you do something good. You do something good, you do something bad. And so he's actually the reason why the Legion came back to Azeroth, because he kept some of the Well of Eternity for himself. And that's why we're in this situation. It's such good writing. Again, there used to be such good writing in this game. It did nothing wrong. I mean, there's actually, again, he does one thing good, one thing bad. One thing good, one thing bad. Alright.
The reckoning is at hand. Shorel Oran.
Illidan is a character that defines the usual hero or villain trope. He's kind of both. Yeah, he's kind of he's like the true definition of an anti-hero. Like, he does things that are good, but he's not necessarily a good person. I learned this back in like high school. Like, the anti-hero is someone who like does good stuff, but they also are not like someone to look up to.
I serve the
Another
Banshee
example would
Queen.
be, trying to think here, who's a good anti-hero? I don't know. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think who would be a good anti-hero.
I watch. I listen.
Is there a good anti-hero? Another good anti-hero in World of Warcraft? I don't think so. I guess the Black Prince. What's his name? The Black Dragonflight Prince, Rathian. Rathion's kind of like an anti-hero as well. Like, he's a good guy, but he does some of the things he does not great. Maybe more of an anti-villain, in that he will do villainous acts, but for a good cause. Yeah, that's actually a good way to put it too. But yeah, there's a couple good examples of anti-heroes throughout history. The first time I learned about it was Hemet. Yeah, Nezingway, he wrote about anti-heroes all the time. Anti-heroes are more selfish, while anti-villains are about doing bad things for a good reason. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I like that. It's like the, Illidan's kind of like the, I'm going to become a demon to fight demons. And he's always been like that, so that's why Malfurion hates him.
Find the way.
battle is at hand.
59 minutes. Okay.
Victory lies ahead.
How did it go?
Shorel Oran.
I ain't waiting for an hour to do that. Is that the only quest we have, though? Anti-villain is a lot of folk. Oh, anti-villain is actually a real term. I didn't actually know that. Huh, cool. Learn something new every day. Let's see, what do we got here? Okay, so that's just that. Let's see, what are our other goals tonight? Reach level 30, so we still got a little bit to go. I'm level 27. Oh, we still got a long way to go. Okay, so what do I want to do? What do I want to do here? So we're actually at... We need to do at least 8 more quests tonight. I don't think we're going to get to the 50 quests. We might, though. What time is it? I don't even know what time. 12:05. We'll go for it. We still got half the time left, or more. So, okay. Anti-heroes are jerk heroes, while anti-villains are villains who want to do good but are willing to, as I would say, force fate's hand. Yep, that's a good way to put it. Force fate's hand, yeah. What other quests do we have? Can I go to the board and pick up go to a different area? I think that's what I need to do. Right? Surely it doesn't want me to just sit around for an hour. Scouting map. Yeah, okay. Okay, so we can have High Mountain, Valshra, or Azsuna. I think we'll just get Azsuna out of the way. It's not my favorite questing area, but we'll just get it out of the way. Shrek is an anti-hero. Yeah, Shrek is my favorite anti-hero. I love Shrek. That's a good movie. Okay, so we'll go to Portal to Dalaran. While that's loading, and I don't want to sound choppy, I'll go bring this over here. Okay, cool. So yeah, we're gonna go to
There you are. Over
Azsuna.
here. Azsuna awaits. It's good to have you on
Down
our
to
side.
Azsuna. So, Sticky Sauce, what would be your favorite zone in the Broken Isles?
Let me know when you are ready, champion.
Yeah, Darth Vader / Anakin. Yeah, I guess anti-villain. Yeah,
I prefer using the great staff.
I can see
Actius
Darth Vader as
Ravenfall.
being called that because he ends up
Nothing's
defeating the
worse than
Emperor.
saddle sores.
Yeah, that's true. He wants to bring
The
order,
demon
and he wants to help the
hunters
ones
have
he
set up
loves.
camp on the far side
At least
of the
whenever
island.
he's just became,
Perhaps
just
they
became
can
Darth
help
Vader.
us
His
locate
goal
the
was to help
Pillar of
Padme,
Creation.
but he was willing to join the dark side to do so. So that's a good way to look at it. Okay, Azsuna, my least favorite
Naga
Legion
forces.
zone.
We have competition from Queen Azshara herself.
That's okay. We'll fight her.
She must also be after the Pillar of Creation.
I like Stormheim as
This
well.
is
I like Stormheim. I
unexpected.
like High Mountain, and I like Valshara. Azsuna is just like, I don't know. It's kind of dreary.
Imagine all the arcane knowledge lost to the ages here.
Yeah, he was a victim of Palpatine too. That's a good point.
There, the Illidari. And the Burning Legion is here too.
Yeah, we're in the middle of a invasion apparently.
You are always appreciated.
Okay, let's see.
The Illidari are about to be overrun.
I'm a little bit of a Star Wars fan, by the way. If you can tell. Hold on. This way. Where are you? Where's the camera? Hold on.
Your Titan guards.
There we go. I'm a little bit of a Star Wars fan.
Lay down your arms. There is no hope left.
Yeah, it's another elf land. It really reminds me of a worse version of Ashara. At least Ashara has like vivid colors. This one's just all gray. And that's a problem I've noticed with some design in World of Warcraft. It's not. Thankfully, it's actually the rarity as opposed to the common. But some zones in WoW just feel very samey. Like, for example, the Maw and Maldraxxus. I hate those zones so much. And also, yeah, mainly those two because they just look the same throughout. And that's kind of what this was. It just looks the same throughout.
My life is dedicated to destroying the Legion.
Oh, excuse me. Dr. Doom. Yeah, I haven't read a lot of comics, unfortunately. I really wish I would have been able to get into comics. I have some comics, but I just never got a chance to read them. But that's interesting to know about Dr. Doom. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what I was alluding to earlier, is that a good villain is not just a pure evil character. Now, there are sometimes where you just need an evil character. You just need a good evil character that you can defeat. But, like, if you want to write really well, you have to get the character invested into why someone's evil. And that way... Oh, I need to trap these souls. Whoops. How do I do that? Oh, okay, I get it. Okay. Yeah, like, I do think that that's a good way to do it, is have... Wait, what? I'm so confused what I'm supposed to do here. Why is this legitimate trap the souls? I thought that's what I just did. Hold on. I'm so confused. Is it... Oh, okay. I was so confused there. There we go. That works. Yeah. Most evil, I've learned kind of in life in general, a lot of... I'm not justifying any of it at all. Not even close. But a lot of people who do evil do it literally thinking that they're doing it for good. Like, for example, and this is going to be a little controversial, but killing somebody because you think that they've harmed you so much that they deserve to die, or they've harmed enough people that they deserve to die. Okay, well, sure, maybe they do deserve to die, but should you go kill them? I'm not saying any specific names. It's happened throughout all of history. It just depends, right? Like, if it's someone like... you know, someone like really evil, really bad, then you could probably justify that. But otherwise, you know, maybe not. Yeah. Yeah, I would agree with that with sociopaths. And I think there's some evidence to show that they will sacrifice their own happiness just to do evil. Because maybe they have like a... Well, we're getting really deep on the stream, but maybe they have like a fanaticism about harming other people, and maybe it gives them some kind of like weird satisfaction. I'm not like talking like, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe they feel fulfilled through it, or they think they have to, or whatever. And but they know it's pure evil, and it's disturbing as hell. But, you know. Yeah, that's a good way to. That's a good way. Like almost everyone else, only does things they believe is for good. Yeah, I think that's a lot of things. That's something that people don't realize, is that like a lot of evil, and even in your own life, if you're doing something that's bad or evil, you're probably missing something that needs to be good in your life. Like I know I've had, you know, I'm not a perfect person. I've had a lot of problems in my life where I've realized that I want something good, but the way I'm going about it is unhealthy or bad. Or when I was younger, I would even say straight up evil. Like, I think, I'm not saying all people have been evil, but like I think a lot of people go through a period of their life where like maybe they, you know, you're a teen and you're really depressed or something. And so, I don't know, you go steal a candy bar because you're like, well, I deserve the candy bar, and what does it even matter? Woe is me. And I think, I think everyone goes through some kind of phase of that when they're younger, at least. I know I did until I was like 18, and then I realized, oh, you're going to go to jail if you do this. So I stopped doing a lot of stuff that I shouldn't be doing. But, like, you know what I'm saying, though? Like, I had good intentions. I was just, like, trying to help my depression or whatever it was, or help myself feel better or whatever. And then you realize later on, you're like, oh my gosh, what I was trying to do was trying to understand why my mom almost died when I was like 10, like I was filling that void, even though my mom's perfectly healthy now, but like I still had that void of those depressing time periods, and I never knew that they were a problem. I was just trying to fill the void. And now that I'm like almost 30, I've had time to, like, talk to people, whether it be my wife, a therapist, whatever, and I've learned that, okay, I don't need to go and do something bad in order to understand that there's something in my heart that's bad or whatever. We're getting really philosophical here, but that's okay. That's fine. But you know what I'm saying? Like, there's things in life that we don't understand why we do it, but we know we're trying to do something. We don't think it's bad, but it is bad. Monsters like demons, such aside, of course, since they are less... Yeah, like this guy right here. This guy right here. What is his motive? It's probably just that he's an evil monster. But this guy might have a different motive than that. He wants power. He wants to feel smart. He wants to feel good about himself, right? So he controls other people into killing and murdering and brutalizing so that he can accomplish a goal, right? So, like, there's different layers of evil, too. Like, this guy right here is just following orders, probably. This guy right here is probably trying to work his way up into the field so he can give orders. And so on. It just keeps going and going from there. Also, without being a downer on my own experiences, I learned sociopaths want to make the world ugly on the outside. Yeah, that's true. I don't know. I can't say for sure I've ever met a sociopath, but I have had one person. Now, this was an ex I had in like high school, and it was actually a girl. It was an ex, and she straight up said that she had borderline personality disorder. And obviously, I'm not going to say who it was, but like she literally said, "I have borderline personality disorder," which, for people who don't know, borderline personality. I'm not going to give a full diagnosis for what it is, but it's not exactly a friendly thing. That means that person might do things to harm you to get something that they want on purpose. And obviously that relationship did not work out. But like, so I have had people in my personal life actually tell me that they're basically a sociopath, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I will try not to be around you very often. But it's something that you can still live your life if you have that tendency, but you need a lot of help. Anyway, let's get off that topic for the moment. But Infernals are mindless dreadlords. Dreadlords have the ability to think. Once one can think, one can make moral choices. That is a good point.
Azeroth must not fall.
Griffin, break the first soul gem. Okay. Excuse me. First demon soul compelled. Second one. I think the point of this is like get into like some kind of different realm or something. This little quest. I don't remember. It's a spectrum as well. The ones that hurt people are psychopaths, but yes, too heavy a subject for a rock stream. You're not wrong. Yeah, no, I just like we're getting a little philosophical, which is fine, but like, imagine joining a WoW stream and someone's talking about sociopathy and psychopathology. Like what? Like I'm not a psychologist, so I don't know a lot more as much as I would like to, but I have, I know a lot about it. I've had people I personally know go through this stuff, and they're good people, but they they have come a long way, and it's taken them well over a decade. And so, I mean, it does... Wait, what? Why is this a thing? I never understood this quest, why it does that. So I need to go in here, and I need to go over here. Right? This is such a weird quest. We'll change it important. Gnomes suck. Auto like the stream will be wild, yes. It's funny that you say gnomes suck because I actually have this thing in WoW where, like, I don't know what it is, but I hate gnomes so much. Like, they are by far my least favorite race in World of Warcraft. I think they're cool as a character. It's not the character that I dislike. It is playing as a gnome. I hate playing as a gnome. I just really can't stand it. I'd rather play as any other race in the whole game. And I don't know if it's just like a bias because I'm 6'1" in real life. So just the fact that I'm like a 6 foot tall, overweight man playing a little tiny gnome that's like this big, that I could probably punt. Like I don't know why. I don't like it. Like I'll play as a dwarf, that's fine. But like it's a gnome, I just hate it so much. Mecha gnomes are worse. You're a tall one. Yeah. 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 Gnomes are terrible. Hashtag no gnome. No gnome for me. Okay, let's do our talent point. What is going on? Okay. Explosive shot, yes. I don't even care if explosive shot is good. I like the spell. Okay, cool. Let's see. I am so glad they made it easier to get flying in this game because otherwise this would this completion would be a one hell of a challenge.
Demon. Friend or foe?
Friend or foe, wouldn't you like to know?
We don't meet again. We will work together to destroy the Legion from
Fell machinations and saving
Trust
Steligosa.
in Lord Illidan's plan.
Goblins are the superior gnome. When goblins are the better choice, you know gnomes suck. Yeah, I'd rather play. Okay, get this. I would rather play as a Vulpin than a gnome. And I don't really like Vulpins either. I think they're okay. But I'd rather play as either a goblin or a Vulpin than a gnome. That's how much I hate gnomes. Okay, so this is a bonus objective. And we've got a... Okay, so we got a lot of stuff to do over here. Okay. Let's see. So let's scout out the area a little bit. Okay, so these are... Oh, okay, I remember this quest now. I remember this quest.
My eyes see all.
Gnome dance is still an outrage. It's a little strange.
Must not fall.
I mean, I don't know. It's not really that strange, I guess, but it's a little weird.
Illidari.
The female gnome one is a little...
You didn't give in.
Kind of scars me a little bit. Oh, I love explosive shots so much. Okay. Let's see, we gotta free some humans. Ah, get down. Okay. Oh, really? I don't remember what the gnome male one is at all, but I remember the female one just striking me as really strange. I'm like, what am I watching here? Like, am I gonna go to jail for this? But it's still there after all this time, so whatever. Yeah, I don't remember the gnome male one at all. I like the human. If I remember, what's the human one? I can't even remember at this point. Yeah, I like the human one.
They did things.
And the Blood Elf male one, the Napoleon Dynamite, that's hilarious. Who are you? Are you a part of a quest? You're part of... Oh, shut up. Hey, you can loot these guys? Oh. I have never seen the Volpera dance. I have no idea what it looks like. I don't know if I want to. I have no idea. I don't even want to, actually. I'm good with not ever seeing that. Yeah, the Pandaren is straight up an anime dance, yeah. I knew that one. And, yeah. Let's see, take you down. I'll be in for by doing stuff to that. Yeah, you're fine, Night of Sarcasm. Welcome to the stream. Appreciate you showing up. I don't know if you saw it yesterday, but I gave you a little shout out as the first person to donate to the stream with these brand new bags that are really, really nice looking. So thank you. Thank you for that, Night of Sarcasm. Yeah, yeah, I did get the bags, yeah. So I really appreciate that.
What did they do? What did the demons
Yes,
offer?
Night of Sarcasm gave us the first donation in the form of bags. That's another thing that'll make this completion a little bit easier. I'm going to be accepting donations in game within reason. Like if you're gonna give me $1 billion gold, I don't know if I can accept that, but if you're gonna give me like 5 gold or something, that's sure, why not? Or if you're gonna give me a bag or an item or something or here anything like that, that's fine as well. You don't have to, but like if you're going to, I mean, this is going to take like almost a decade to do this completion. So even a little bit of help here and there is going to be helpful. Like it's going to be required at some point. Especially when I get into the PvP and dungeons and all that, I'm going to need people to help. I wasn't sure about gold since you could transfer the Warband bank money, but what do you mean by that? Not of Sarcasm. I'm not sure. You can, like, you mean between accounts or like, because I don't want to do that, but like between characters. 100 pets. Are you going to tame mechanical undead? Can you tame mechanical undead? Is that Beastmaster only? Yeah, the bags in Classic are not great, but more so by the time you're halfway through this. Yeah, I know. That's something I'm really like. So, Sticky Sauce. One thing that I should have clarified in that video as well. After the World War Saga, after the expansion after that, so like 3 expansions from now, I will determine if this is going to be possible or not. I know that's a long time from now, and there's going to be breaks in between here and then, but that's whenever I'll make my decision if I want to keep going or not. Gnome can tame mechs, and undead can tame undead. I didn't freaking know that. I had no idea. Oh, any hunter can tame mechs. Okay, well either way, like yeah, I'm gonna be taming as much as I can. I think I'm going to. The hunter pet one. I've got to make sure exactly what I want to define that as. Do I want it to be one of every class of pet, like as in like a red Aquiri, like a red Kunchong or whatever, and then that's it for that class, or do I want to get all of the red Kunchongs? You know, that's something I gotta define as well. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna try to get all of them focusing. I'll have to send you the scroll for taming pets on the nations. Oh wow, that's really cool. I did not know you could tame mechanical pets though. I think that might expand this into like almost unachievable. That's a lot. Or maybe I'll just make 50 gnome hunters. That could work. see now. We need to free one more human. Yeah, that's the thing. That's what I'm concerned about, is the amount of hunters I'm going to have to make. Like, is it really worth doing? That is the question. Maybe it is, maybe it is not. If anything, it'll probably be like the last thing I do. Like one of the last things I do. You need like 4 accounts to get all the characters. Yeah, That's the thing about it. That's where I'm like kind of like, how far do I want to go into this? I'm pretty sure I want to at least try, but if I get to a point where I'm just like it's unfeasible, then I won't. But we'll get to there when we get there. The biggest thing we want to do first is getting a character up to level 80 and getting Lore Master. That's the biggest things right now. And I'll get some hunter pets along the way as well. I'm gonna come here. Kick your butt. Like 4 accounts to get all the characters. Yeah. Yeah, 60 characters is max for 1 account. I've got to see how many max level characters we're gonna have. And a lot of people that was the one thing people were like, oh, that's impossible. But like over 8 years, it might be possible. I tried from, let's see, from I think it was like November of last year until January of this year, like early January. I went from having 1 level 80 to having 4, and I also have like 7 or 8 level 70s. So it sounds really difficult, but I actually almost like did like 10 in about 2 months. So it's gonna be hard, but and that is playing for like 1 hour a night, if that. So it's definitely possible, or less, 1 hour or less a night. I'll have to show you guys my main account, because you would be shocked at how far I am leveling a lot of characters. I have like 20 characters that are above level 50. So it is doable. It's just like, how much time does it take? All right, we need to find the other. Where is this guy? This is one of those quests where it's like there's only 6 in general, so finding the 6th one is always going to be really difficult. Also, I feel like I'm like talking really strange. Got a lot of congestion from the strep throat still. I don't know how many counts you need to do all these challenges. Actually, it's 65. Now you get a whole... Oh, cool. I thought I was at max with 60. Guess I have 5 free spots. Yeah, however, even with 60, it's hard to monitor all the characters. Yeah, it's going to be one of those things that's going to take a lot of challenge. It's going to be one of the more challenging ones. We'll see what happens. Where is this other human? I hate when they do this. So let me, I have humans... How would I have ever known that he's under here? That's another thing. That's like one of the things about Azsuna, is that some of the quests are just really boring.
Nightclave went southwest with a warden named Cordana Felsong.
Hey, we just hit 25 quests. Still got 25 more to go. For the goal of this stream, anyway. So we might stay on a little bit longer if you guys... anyone who's watching this, don't feel like you have to stay. If you want to get off at any time, you can. I'm still gonna, I'm gonna try to finish the stream of the words. I'm gonna try to finish the goals of the stream, but I may or may not be able to do that. We'll see. I have to eventually get off. I can't just stay on here all night. May not need as many permanent characters. If achievements are now shared, you may be able to delete some if you no longer need them. That's a good point too. Like, let's say so that's another thing. If I want to just stick to like maybe 2 accounts or 3 accounts, I can make a character, get it to level 80, and delete it. That sounds like craziness, but like, if I really had to do that, I could. That is something to keep in mind. With the warband features, because like I could just transfer everything over. and then check it off on a list. I'll be here going to send you the mail. Okay, Night of Sarcasm, I appreciate it. Let's see, find Siligosa. Yeah, there will. So here's another thing that people don't realize. I said in that video that I was going to be playing for 2 hours a night, and that for the most part is going to be true. And do you know why that's going to be true? That's because I work 50 hours, I have a daughter, and I have a wife, and I have family, a lot of family, that I want to hang out with. I have vacations, I have all the stuff I want to do. So it's not like I'm just going to always play for 2 hours. There are going to be times where, like, my wife is working and my daughter's at my mom's house. I have 6 hours to kill. Guess what? I'm a pop on for 6 hours if I really feel like it. And the reason for that is because, like, the reason I said 2 hours a night is because that's going to be what it is on the weeknights mostly. Like, I'm going to get on the game and I'm going to play for 2 hours and then I'm going to go to bed. And guess what I would do if I wasn't streaming it? I'd get on for a couple hours, I'd play it, and then I go to bed. So it really is no skin off my back doing it this way. Actually, I'll probably it'll probably be a little bit better because that way I can play this game more than I really wanted to. Before I could only play it like if everyone was asleep and I had nothing else to do, I'd play the game. Now, if like I don't feel like I'm wasting my time, is basically what I'm trying to say. I have this thing where I can't waste my time. If I relax, then I get bored and my mind goes in weird places. Like, I don't know, it goes in like some bizarre places. Like oh my gosh, my wife hates me or something like that. Like, it just goes in like these weirdest, like if I sit there and I just play a game for 2 hours, my mind just goes, and so I can't relax. It's one thing I've learned about myself. I cannot relax. If I relax, it's not good. And my mind just wanders so much. And so I do things that I try to be productive with. I try to, like this stream, like, while I'm not expecting to get a bunch of money from it, what I am expecting is for me to be able to talk better, for me to get out of my comfort zone. I'm an introvert. So I'm getting out of my comfort zone. I'm learning things. I'm learning how to stream better, learning how to play a game and to talk better, because I really just don't talk all that much. I'm an introvert. Even at work, I'll talk to a couple of close friends there, and then I just, if I don't have to talk, I won't talk. But this, in a way, this like forces me to get better at talking, and I think it's interact with my subscribers who I really have not talked to in months at this point because I was so burnt out on explorations. So, I think people were misinterpreting that as me like not hanging out with my family and stuff. It's like, no. This also gives me something to schedule towards. Now, if I want to go stream, I ask, like, it actually has helped my communication, because I'm like, okay, I need to talk to my wife and say, what do we need to get done today so that I can go stream, you know? So it's actually been a little bit better because I have to like be more engaging. I have to say, hey, I'm going to go stream for a couple hours. Is there anything you need me to do? Is there anything you need me to take care of? Is there anything you want to talk about? Is there anything you need help with? Blah, 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 blah. Whereas, like, I mean, I should have those conversations anyway, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's actually helpful with my family. It helps me be more focused, helps me have a schedule. Whereas before it was like, I have so many things to do that I have no idea where to start. And so I end up just sitting there on Facebook sitting there on YouTube for like 3 hours and just like watching random videos that don't matter. So in this way, I'm more focused. I have to make sure that everything's taken care of. Then I stream, and then while I'm streaming, I'm focused. So it's actually a lot more helpful than I thought it would be. I don't know if any of that made sense, but
remember,
I'm going with
nothing is more important than the Legion's destruction. I have to find Stelagosa.
Most players these days have about 2 hours or so for play. The days of people having 12 plus hours are gone. When you relax, you go mad like Sargeras. Yes, I do. I turn into Sargeras when I relax. I will do a couple like longer streams, but it's not going to be every day. I don't understand how those people did it. Like, you know, stream 6 to 8 hours a day. Like, that's your full-time job, sure, but it's not my full-time job. Okay. I actually eventually, I would have loved to have become a full-time YouTuber. I don't know if it'll ever happen, but I really did think I was going to do that at some point. Now I'm under the impression that if I can make some, have some fun, make some supplemental income, help me get out of debt, get to know my, like, the main reason I created this channel was to create a community and get to know people. But I did have the intention to make money eventually. So if that does happen, that's great. If it doesn't, then I'm still going to stream this anyway. Whoa. Whoa. Hey, let me attack that.
Diana, do not give in.
Yeah, I can't. Again, I have a full-time job. I can't really stream for hours on end. I definitely can. Like, for example, when we get further along and we have more viewers, or if I just have time, I can do a stream where I just go for Invincible for like 6 hours. That's why Classic is considered more brutal, because people seem to spend half a day or more just working. Yeah, when I relax, when I like, truly relax, when I'm not doing streaming or anything like that, if I just want to sit and I just want to play a game, I do one of two things. I play Pokemon, or I play Classic WoW. Because then I feel like I can just sit and I can just adventure and have fun. Even when I play retail WoW, I don't really feel like I'm relaxing. I feel like I'm trying to accomplish something. I'm really like trying to do a goal here or there. So it is relaxing because I'm playing a game, but it's like, it's not like truly relaxing. Like, but in Classic WoW, I get on and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna spend 3 hours gaining one level, or gaining like, or doing like 2 quests. Spend 3 hours doing 2 quests, and that is actually like truly relaxing to me. It's like you're on a real adventure.
You must come to the Azure Wing Repose and meet with my grandfather Senegos.
Man. Hopefully by tomorrow, this whole strep throat thing is completely gone. I can't believe I got strep throat. Like, that was awful.
Sacrificed everything. What have you
given? I am relaxed destroying the Burning Legion, but the thing is, I am relaxed playing the game, but it's like, there's not a sense of like difficulty or accomplishment or I don't know how to describe it, but it's like when I turn on Classic WoW, there's like, I don't have any obligation to get anything done. I'm just playing it to level. I'm playing it to travel through Dunmorrow. And that's what the enjoyment out of it is. In this game, I'm enjoying it, but I am trying to do something. I am working as hard as I can to get a mount to drop, or to get an achievement, or whatever. And I still enjoy it. It's just a different type of enjoyment. As I ride mixed with the game. Yeah, it's kind of like a theme park. Like I've heard people call it a theme park. Iron Relic, Survival. We'll do this one, I guess.
Trust in Lord Illidan's plan.
Alright, so let's do this. Wait, what? Wait, I'm so confused. Hold on. What? Okay, whatever. Okay, I can't do the engineering recipe without Blood of Sargeras. It might be a bit for me to farm. No problem, Night of Sarcasm. If you don't get to it tonight, or if you don't at all, even, like, it's no problem. I really appreciate you trying, though. That'd be like incredibly helpful, especially later on. But no, I appreciate any help that you can give Night of Sarcasm, but don't feel obligated. You don't have to help. Like, no one has to help. I just really appreciate it when people do help. Stellagosa has a cool dragon design. Is this Stellagosa? Yeah, I like Stelgos a lot. Like the light blue, the light blue color on it. I have 1 out of 20. Oh yeah, don't worry about it. No sarcasm. Like that's gonna be. Blood of Sargeras, is that like the uncommon like gem thing you would get all over Draenor? Is that what that was?
This does not look good.
Oh, it's a count wide. Oh, okay. You think it's a count wide? I hope so. That'd be really cool. Yeah, I really like blue dragons a lot.
I am not as dead as I look.
I think the lore of Malagos is really cool too. You know, the fact that like Neltharion nearly killed him, made him go crazy. This is really cool.
I know why you are here, small one.
Yeah, blood is soulbound and dressed from. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I think on my main account I have like well over 1,000 of those, like well over. But also I've never used them before either. So what do I need to do? Crackling Layworm, throw crystals into Snegos. Okay. I think I need to go in here and get the. Yeah. Yeah, when I create an engineer, I'll do that. I think my next profession will be engineering, because I've never really mained engineering before. Dragons are out and wild. We either help them or go around attack. Yeah, well, I guess it makes sense because, like, if you think about it, dragons are like the most ancient creatures in World of Warcraft. So I guess it makes sense that there's going to be a lot of evil ones and a lot of good ones, but mainly it's blue and black dragonflight are the evil ones. Though, because of the orcs, when they corrupted the red dragonflight, a lot of the red dragonflight is also, we kill a lot of dragonflights, a lot of the red dragonflight as well. Can I tame these rockworm things? I can try. Am I allowed to do that right now? So if I dismiss my pet, I should be able to. Let me dismiss my pet. There's a guy snuggled across the steps of the bank that sells things in the at-shaped heart. He looks like a brother to the transmog people. Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Does he give you that recipe? Okay, let's see if we can tame. Boom! We just got a new pet. Oh! Okay, shell beast. Is that what these things are called? Burrowing layworm. Okay, let me put that in the list. Oh, whoops. Whoa, 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 no. Burrowing layworm. Cool. Another hunter pet down. Yeah, I'm amazed this is an animal too. I thought it'd be elemental. He does get the recipe, and then my blood elf hunter makes it and hands it out. Oh, cool, cool. That's good to know. I'll keep that in mind. That is something I absolutely did not know. I didn't even know you could tame mechanical pets, honestly. I had no idea. I have this habit of getting hunter pets that are named out. Yeah, I eventually will. I'll eventually go for named hunter pets. I remember back in Wrath of Lich King, there was that one rare spawn that was like Loquay or something like that, and it was a ghost hydra, and there would be hunters camping that thing out for like hours. I remember that. And I remember when I was going for Bitter Cold or whatever it was, There were so many hunters camping out that guy, and I was not a hunter. And I just came by and I go, boop, and I killed it. I literally got so many whispers like, "How dare you! I've been hunting that guy for 6 hours." Blah 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 blah. Like, sorry. I was like a paladin, so they got pissed. They got so mad at me, and I'm like, whatever, guys. There's a way to do it through Nomergon, hiding in a secret room, but you have to jump through some difficult hoods. Okay, good to know. Okay. You guys. Oh, I keep clicking my pets. Jeez. There's a treasure in the back of the cave. Oh, good to know. Let's see. Oh my gosh, it's so bright in here. Yeah, Wildhead has a good list of the hunter pets, and so does Petopia. I don't know if Petopia is complete, though. But I think Wildhead would be more complete. Also, what in the world is this? Huh, that's weird. Does anyone ever miss the original aspect of the cheetah where it just stayed permanently on you, like 20% increase? I kind of do miss that to some degree. Minimap shows the treasures, does it? Do I have them tracked? Am I just... Oh, no, it's right here. I don't know. Oh, I think you have to have the item that allows you to track treasures. I think you have to explore the area, or you have to do all the quests or something. I don't remember. The menu Petopia is complete until the latest patch. Okay. That's good to know. So, Petopia will be what I use for now. But that's... I think... Wildhead... Like, what I kind of do is... I use Petopia to get, like, the general information. And if I need more information, I usually go to Wildhead. Because, like, on Petopia, it links Wildhead anyway. So they're kind of combined there, in a way. Okay. Man. Let's see. Let's go turn in this quest. What is... Oh, I gotta throw this in pool. That's right. Gargants can be tamed too, but need a special Gargant training manual. Okay, I did know that. Gargants. What are Gargants? I don't even know what those are. But also that... I feel like I'm giving this old man a bubble bath. It's a little weird.
It is good to see you.
Alright, we are level 29. Let's try to get to level 30.
I know it is here on Azsuna.
You speak of the Tide Stone of God. It was shattered long ago.
Cloud Serpents. Oh, Cloud Serpents. Oh.
The Tide Stone shattered.
Oh my gosh. There's another whole thing of hunter pets. Oh my god. I didn't really... There are other training manuals in Hunter's Order Hall. You need enough... Oh my gosh. Guys. I didn't realize there were so many levels.
Starlight, give me this one.
Oh, you guys are giving me a heart attack. Maybe I won't ever do that one. Maybe all the hunter pets is going to be a no-go. Gargants are shell-bearing dogs, so they'll be dealt with when you have to brave that must have been... Okay, good to know.
Urgent message
Hippogriffs,
for Senegos.
okay.
The Nightfallen have assaulted the Whelplands.
I do like
These
hippogriffs,
four
so...
Whelplings need to be treated with ley crystals immediately.
Hippogriffs. It's always got to be hippogriffs. Yeah, but I'm actually really excited for this challenge, though, because I've always... You know, I've done Surmar before, but I've never done it again. And it'll be nice to... Just doing Surmar again would be really nice. I love Suramar. Let's go with this. Oh my gosh, they keep fighting. Okay. Just make a couple hundred gnome and panda hunters and you'll be fine. No, no, I hate gnomes so much. I don't mind Pandarans, but like, I mean, they're alright, but like, I really can't stand gnomes, so we'll see. Okay, what do I want to do here? Kill command does increased critical damage equal to 100% strike chance. Pet detects. All these are good. All pet damage on 5% will be. Oh wow. Do that one. That's fine. Yeah. Night of Sarcasm. That's one really good thing about that new update with Horde and Alliance characters. And funnily enough, I'm actually a Horde player at heart. Good news, goblins contain max. Oh, thank God. I'm actually a Horde player at heart. However, I'm playing as Alliance because I've never actually done.
I feared we might lose that one.
Aww, that's so sad.
Pick him up and take him to Senegos.
That's so sad.
My keepers are overrun. We will require
I stopped playing Alliance right about.
Let's
see.
Attack. Bring my child to me, young one.
I'll show you exactly where I stopped playing. I stopped playing Alliance right here. This is the zone where I basically lost my old account and I stopped playing Alliance characters. I used to be all Alliance, and then I used to be like 50 Alliance, 50 Horde, and then I became fully Horde after during Cataclysm. I have a gnome for the running of the gnomes for breast cancer, and one that I didn't even know there was like a running of the gnomes thing. That's interesting. Darn golems picking on the babies. Yeah, I know, right? Very rude of them. Let's do that one.
Steracosa, do me one last favor. Your younger brothers and sisters need your help.
Of course.
Okay.
Farewell, grandfather.
So I don't like this. This is hard to see. This new little icon for like flight paths, it is so hard to see. And also look. It looks no different hard. It's actually easier to see when it's not highlighted green. Why did they do? Well, who thought that was a good idea? Like I probably missed flight paths because it's almost impossible to see. I did miss flight paths for sure. Absolutely, I did because I couldn't even see them on the mini map. Who thought that was good? Just do a green check mark. Who thought that was a green exclamation point? Running for the running of the trolls. That's awesome. Also, classic villain logic. Let's provoke dragons. They're really powerful and dangerous things that can easily destroy us. Yep, that's true. Yep. The orcs tamed dragons, and they didn't think that would have any dire consequences. There are maps for these flight paths. Yeah, I know, but like this flight path here, I didn't even see it on the minimap. Like, it used to just be like a green exclamation check above their head, and it was really easy to see. But now it just looks like you already have the flight path, and it just looks like it's just shaded a different color. I don't know what I'm like, why it's so hard for me, but like I didn't even know I missed this flight path over here because it was not obvious. I think it's less obvious now. Maybe I'm imagining that, but like, still. Let's see.
My life is
There we go.
dedicated.
Orcs be orcs. Orc. Orc. Okay, let's see where we're at on the quests. The whole quest thing. We still need to do 19 quests. Oh man, I don't know if we're gonna get there. Let's see. Close for the stream. We'll definitely hit level 30. I don't know if we're gonna hit 50 quests though. I didn't think it would take this long. Let's see.
Who goes there? Keep your hands and weapons where I can see them.
Okay. First bar of Trader Port's... yeah, I know. We're actually making better progress than I thought. I didn't think we'd actually be able to do the whole trading post, whatever, until we get to level 80. But here we are. We're already one bar down on this day one. So I think if I just play this a couple hours every night, we can easily get them all done. It's just gonna be a little harder at such a low level. Darkmoon Fair dailies. I don't know if we're gonna hit Darkmoon Fair up this month. It is something I definitely. Though I think Darkmoon Fair doesn't have like, if I remember right, it doesn't have like leveling stuff like to help you level faster. If it does, I might have to stop what I'm doing and go do that, or maybe do it off screen or something. I don't know. Oh my gosh, big boys attacking. Don't forget to do low-level pet battles for training posts. Oh, you're right! You're right, I haven't done any pet battles yet. That is something I need to do. That'll also help me level up, too. I hit it up for professional bumps. That's true. Professional bumps are good. I farm rabbits outside. Stormwind boring, but takes off 15 pet battles. Yeah. It has a buff on the merry-go-round. Oh, okay, good to know. Good to know that Night of Sarcasm. I might pop in there at some point. And yeah, I did that with the Lordaeron ghosts. I would farm those. I took like one day and I did like 30 battles for the Lordaeron ghosts, and I got like a bunch of my characters up to level, a bunch of my pets up to level 5. Okay, so I don't need to kill any more of those guys. For pet battle daily, for pet battles, do the trainers. Yeah, I won't lie. On my main account, I have still not done all of them. I just finished Cataclysm up actually, fairly recently. Maybe I did Pandaria too. I don't remember. But like doing those quests, man, I have such a hard time focusing on those. It's not that I don't like pet battles. It's just like they're just so spread out. Okay. Not a bad quest there. Let's see. Here. Follow dungeons when they are available. Look at the dungeon points. Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, you were mentioning that earlier. That's a good point too.
Hello.
I had no idea that counted until you said that. That's really good to know.
May the stars guide you.
Let's see that.
Be careful. I will escort you to Prince Veronimus if that's
Right now,
what
I'm
you
just gonna
truly
try to get as
wish.
many quests done as possible before we end the stream.
If you get
So
the
I'm
chance,
ignoring that
spit on him for me.
elite mob over there, or rare mob. Okay. Oh, hey, well, this is the main post for
Vishnu
Azsuna.
Allah. Good luck, friend.
Azsuna was once beautiful. 10,000 years ago.
Go in peace.
Vishnu Daldiel.
Okay. I think I might... Hold on, let me see where we're at. So we're only at 34 quests, guys. That's going to be another, like, hour to do another 16 quests. Or maybe less than an hour, but you know what I'm saying. So I think, let me just see what we did. We accomplished... Oh, did we hit level 30? I don't think we hit level 30 yet. Okay, so it's 1 a.m. where I'm at, so I'm actually going to end the stream here. I didn't actually want to end it. I wanted to keep going a little bit longer, but I think this is a really good spot to end it. So, with that being said, let me load. There we go. I really appreciate you guys for joining me tonight. I really hope you guys enjoyed this stream. Thanks again for all your help. Thanks for all your information, and I had a really good time talking about World of Warcraft lore. I had a really good time getting to talk to you guys today. So, with that being said, we didn't finish our stream goals, but we did get to, we did finish Vrykul Story Bro. We got 36 out of 50 quests that we wanted to do today. That's still pretty good. Or 34 quests? Yeah, because we needed 16 more left. And then we hit level 29 and a half. We're so close to level 30, but I am going to go ahead and end the stream off here. So, so to those of you guys who are on, really appreciated it. I'll take a lot of the information that we talked about into consideration. And now that I know that gnomes and Pandarans get their own type of taming pets, that's going to put a whole nother spin on the hunter pet issue. So thank you guys. And yeah, I know Night of Sarcasm, they are very linear. I'm going to do them tomorrow night. So I will see you guys tomorrow if you guys join. If not, then I'll see you guys in another stream. So I hope you have a good night.